Hey, what's up, cohorts? My name is Paul Calderon, Professor Calderon, or just Mr. Calderon, and I am the Film Lab instructor for Better Youth 2022. I didn't get to chat with you guys today, but that's okay. I heard that you guys are a wonderful group, and that's good because I got a lot of things planned for us. First of all, we're going to dive, and I mean dive right into it. We need to get you up to speed as far as what is film, okay? And it's broken down into several disciplines. We go to the creative aspect, which is the development, okay? Then we have pre-production, where we get ready to shoot. Then we have production, where we actually shoot, right? And then we have post-production, where we edit, add sound and special effects and whatnot. Okay, so but one thing I want to take advantage of in this video is to tell each of you individually that now is the time to really organize yourself. And what do I mean by that? You have school responsibilities that take precedence over everything. And what we have to do in Better Youth in the film lab, right, is dependent upon you being as organized as possible with your schoolwork. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a lot of stuff at you, a lot of concepts. They're not impossible concepts. They're not even difficult ones. Some of them take a little bit more time to chew on than others. Okay, and the reason why I'm gonna give this stuff to you guys early is because there's a certain part of filmmaking that comes from experience, right? And we're going to show you that part, like the production part. It's just something you just got to dive into. You never know how it's going to go until you jump into it. Okay, I mean, we can plan, and which I'll show you how to do. We plan to the T everything. Okay, and I'll show you how to work that out. But the more difficult part, okay, I can show you how to plan, right? That's no problem. I can show you where to place the camera, which we're going to do. That's no problem, okay? But the challenging part is the writing, okay? You have to put on your creative hat. That's why they call us creatives, right? We are the genesis of something, right? We are the beginning. And in order to do that, you have to know what you're creating, right? And at the heart of film, at the heart of it, I don't care what you've seen, okay? I don't care what movie you like or dislike. At the heart of cinema is storytelling, okay? Film, when it first started, they weren't telling stories at all. You know, they were just setting up the camera and taping. You can look this up on YouTube. You know, it's called the kinetoscope. I just taught a film history class, right? It's called the kinetoscope. Look it up. That footage still exists. They were shooting stuff like a train pulling into a station and people getting off and on the train. And that was a big deal back then. But what they learned, right? They borrowed from theater and literature, right? They borrowed from genres, right? And they figured out what's called the crosscut. And that's what you're going to have to master, the crosscut, right? Because you can frame something, right? And that just gives a moment. But when you crosscut between one image and the next, something happens in our brain where psychologically, right, the audience connects the two. Shot A has some sort of story relationship to shot B. And now in our minds, we're automatically trying to connect the two. So I need to get you to the point where you can go shot to shot connecting a story, okay? I need to get you first to the point where you even know what a story is. Because right now, I'm pretty sure your only experience with the story has been as the audience. You may have had a creative writing class, which is great. They're excellent. Listen to your creative writing teachers. But I'm going to show you some deeper seated stuff about writing, right? I'm going to show you the stuff about writing that hasn't changed in thousands of years. Okay, that's the stuff that you're going to get first, right? And then while you're getting that simultaneously, I'm going to work on building your visual vocabulary. What do I mean by a visual vocabulary? Okay, so film is a moving medium, right? It's a visual medium. So you have to learn how to compose shots, right? And rearrange them in certain ways that pulls out the emotion of the story, pulls it out of the audience. Okay, that's what I got to get you to. All right, it's a journey. It's not easy. It takes a lot of organization on your part. Okay, and let me tell you why. In order for you to create freely, you have to have a sense of organization so that you can just not think about that part. What do I mean by that? You have to have a time where you sit down and do your homework. You have to have a time where you sit down and write, where you sit down and communicate with your friends and your teachers, right? And then you have to incorporate a time where you sit down and focus on nothing but film. Nothing else. An hour, 2 hours, whatever you can, right? And so that in order for you to take advantage of that hour or 2 hours, everything in your life has to be as organized as possible so that when you do sit down and you're thinking about your story, your film, right? That's all you can focus on. All right, I'm throwing a lot at you. I've uploaded some videos that talk about writing, right? The mechanics of writing, what are called the immutable forms in philosophy. The immutable forms. That means they cannot be changed. These are principles. And if you grasp these principles, right, you're going to amaze people with your writing skills, with your storytelling capability. I don't care if you're a director, a producer, a writer. If you grasp these principles, right? And I'm giving it to you early so you can start going through them before class and start just thinking about them. Send me questions, right? We have to get this process going early, okay? But once you learn those immutable forms, there's a power in that that's going to be released within your own creativity. I guarantee it. Once you get it, it's like a light that comes on. And once you get it, it can never be distinguished, right? All right. Thank you, Sean and Sid. Hey, you guys, I already know this is going to be an awesome year. I feel it. I feel last year was great. Last year was excellent. We had some cohorts come out of the workshop with some amazing projects. Okay? I mean, amazing. So between what I'm going to show you, right, especially what's going to be shared in the with us, with our our guest speakers from Skydance. Yo, let me tell you, I've been doing this a long time, teaching film at West LA College, right? Then I was in film school, right? I started off very young. I worked with John Singleton on Fridays. Gary F. Gray on Fridays. I worked with John Singleton on Poetic Justice, right? John and I were friends. I've been in this for a while. And nothing exists like this program that you're in. Period. Nothing exists. Nowhere else. It just doesn't. All right. So take full advantage of it. All right. This is going to be a huge opportunity for you to break into the film industry. All right. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the workshop, geared up, ready to go. All right. All right, Paul Calderon, I'm out. Peace.